I have to adjust this so it's at my height. I feel quite overwhelmed by the previous speaker, both in stature and in achievement. I enjoyed your tale, Amanda. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, dignitaries among us, CIGFARO and your partners, delegates, finance delegates. One doesn't get an opportunity to address finance delegates. Kakulu. It's a distinguished field that we respect, so I'm grateful to be here. And all protocol observed. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My job, I come from an organization, Wear Your Brand Foundation, which I will espouse a bit more about in a bit. And the mandate that we've been given, my name is MKHIZE, the mandate that we've been given is to induce a paradigm shift to get people to get out of the employment mentality. So I get my diploma, I get my degree, I do my articles, I get my professional membership, and it must come. It must come. The career progression must just come. It is to alert you, to conscientize you to the plethora of opportunities that exist out there if you open your mind, if you open your eyes and open your mind, and use what you have to achieve that much more. So my short talk is about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship as a viable catalyst to meaningful economic transformation. Reality facing South Africa right now, our universities produce about 250 graduates per year. So 250,000 people enter the labor market per year. Whenever I drive from home and I look at the different uniforms all over the road, you know, and I think these people are going to look for work at some stage. It's shocking. And, you know, the population is growing every day. And that's the reality. Only 30% find employment. Only 30%. And most of the 30% are underemployed, which means they are not in their field of study or they are underpaid. That's reality. Pre-COVID, it was about 70% youth unemployment, and 19.5% of that was among graduates. These figures are obviously all-encompassing, but the accounting profession is not immune to the phenomenon. And post-COVID, the youth unemployment, please tell me when you take pictures so I can suck it in. Youth unemployment was 74% and 31% among graduates. So it actually rose because of the COVID-19 effect, the effects of COVID-19. And someone spoke about AI, artificial intelligence, fourth industrial revolution, and so on and so forth. It means there's been more digitalization, more automation. The accounting profession is no longer performed in the traditional sense. That's reality, right? So according to the quarterly labor force survey of the first quarter 2022, youth unemployment stands at 63.9% among 15 to 24 and 42.1% among 25. It's a bleak picture, I think, before I even blabber too much about this. I think the point of this particular section of the presentation is to say acquiring a profession or a qualification is not an automatic ticket to success or the achievement of your personal objectives. So it just says graduates need a hybrid set of skills. In technical, yes, you've got your qualifications, and congratulations for being here based on your technical qualifications. But beyond that, you need to acquire future-ready leadership skills and essential power in the digital economy. Can't just sit and expect kusazofana. There's a program that we do, and it requires that the professionals that we engage sibanikeze refresher courses, because yesterday is never the same as today and tomorrow. Are we together? Okay. Next, before ngivuka umoya. So what can we do? We do have an answer. Entrepreneurship as a job catalyst, as a job creation catalyst. What is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is an individual who creates a new business, bearing most of the risks and enjoying most of the rewards. It's a very pedestrian explanation, but I think it's just head on. You scan the environment as an entrepreneur. You identify opportunities and you zoom into them. It might mean that you are successful and you do very well. And it might mean, as it always does, you fall so many times. You take risks and you fall so many times. But when it strikes home, when your efforts strike home, oh, the benefits are beautiful. So much more beautiful. We can even skip text, no? We've got clever accounting. No, in a good way, in a good way. But when you run a business, even your tax liability can be hedged. You know, you are in the profession, so you do it via business and so on and so forth. But more importantly, it's a sure way, a faster way to achieve your financial and other life's objectives. Entrepreneurship, or SMMEs, in a 5-year period, contributed about 28% of the overall formal business sector turnover. There was a growth. In medium businesses, it was 7%. Large businesses, it was 4.5%. But hey, SMEs was 12.3% in that period. Are we together? What does it tell you? Growth in SMEs means there is a shift. It says there is a shift in terms of the large businesses being the primary employer. 60% of employment is within SMMEs now. Let that sink. 60% of employment is within SMMEs. It's no longer with your large, respectable, or Anglo-American and whoever it was before. You know, when we grew up, if I can get to SAB. Well, SAB is still a good contributor because, you know, we use it. We use their product. But reality is SMMEs are the way to go. And government's role is not to provide employment, but to create an enabling environment. There's NYDA here. We had the government speech. We had the SONA. The concerted efforts that are being made to stimulate investment, infrastructure development, counter the phenomena that frustrate business, like about COVID. We hear about the strategies that they are putting in place, or load shedding and so on and so forth. That is government's role. And it's up to you to take advantage. Are we together? That much I know. So take advantage, wake up. Don't just, like a horse in a race, just fagamaanis, because that will frustrate you. Next, Baba. We are Wear Your Brand. We are an NPC with a PBO status. Namsing Sharma, my acronyms, like I was getting lost when Amanda was, because she was going quite technical, which you understood. So you understand this term. Our primary focus is entrepreneurial development and job creation. That's what we're about, and we do this through business startup and compliance facilitation. So if you've got a brilliant business idea and you need support to bring it to reality, we are your people. We do this through professional entrepreneurship development. I was listening to Amanda's story, and to navigate the environment, to get to where she got, it requires an entrepreneurial mind. Are we together? It requires an entrepreneurial mind. You can't just uthi ngizohlala nje bazongibiza. Come here and they will call me and ask me. The challenges that you face, you have to study, scan the environment, and make sure that you position yourself favorably and strategically so that you can achieve your objectives, even within a corporate environment. Are we together? So we help you with professional entrepreneurship development. We help with brand fulfillment facilitation. So many businesses stagnate, flounder, and die because they are not properly branded. We don't market ourselves well. You've got something great. What is your Obanda Babas Shutayo? Nobuhle? Okay. And I like your uniform. It starts there. Make yourself stand out. Where your brand started is, we had a braai. We decided, instead of coming together and just, doing what guys do on a Saturday afternoon, let's know what you are doing. Wear your brand. Are we together? So we help with that. We help with the whole branding value chain. We help with business leadership training and skills development. We hold masterclasses, we hold conferences, we hold workshops, and we have formal trainings to assist to bring that out, to chisel you into the entrepreneur or the business person that you can be. We use the phrase connecting a street vendor to billionaires. We do believe in strategic collaborations, and we facilitate that because our membership is so varied. We've got over 700 SMEs, and we've got deep relationships with highly accomplished individuals and companies, and we've got over 4,000 informal businesses on our database. So we can connect the street vendor to the billionaire, literally, be it to facilitate access to capital funding, to promote access to markets, and so on and so forth. But that's what we do. And we do partner with potential, I'm thinking of a friend of mine that's in this room that we are, we're working with on a certain program that we co-created. We co-create multi-benefit, multi-reach, and high-impact programs to facilitate entrepreneurship and job creation. Sengzo, after this slide, I'll make it very short. Just this was important. And we do job placement and meaningful absorption. This results in the stimulation of entrepreneurship, which is why I'm standing here, basically promoting, facilitating a paradigm shift from the employment mentality. Not that it's bad, but we can't all be employed. And it stimulates township and rural economies and meaningful economic integration of the economically marginalized. I want to talk briefly about one of the programs that we co-created. It's the Walk to Work program. So you have a situation, you know others. Njengoba Nina, you were lucky to get this internship that did not get the internship, but have the qualification and have the skills. And within that same environment, that logishi or that village, there are businesses that are stagnating and floundering, deteriorating, because they lack certain business skills, business services rather. Yet there are people here that have qualifications to render such services. Are we together? Hence, we've got graduates, they possess skills, but they are unemployed. And we've got businesses, they are not growing, they are stagnating, because they need certain services. So Walk to Work says, let's get a graduate and assign that graduate to 5 businesses. So an accounting graduate provides bookkeeping, financial literacy, support to the businesses, HR, business administration, marketing, and so on and so forth. Are we together? So they literally walk to work. So instead of walking to buy a magwinya, at a tuck shop, you actually walk and provide essential services that will sustain that business, grow it, and make make it a platform for employment. In turn, you are getting exposure. When as a graduate, you're getting exposure that will prepare you. Our exit strategy, part of it is we say hashtag CV or CK. At the end of the program, you should be either I want to work, I want to go into corporate, hashtag CV, or I want to start my own business. There's so much that's available out there, hashtag CK. Do you want to clap hands? Yeah, it just felt so nice. You know, on stage, but there's that flasher that says applause. So I was just waiting for that. Yeah, it's great because it's an outcome of identifying needs and thinking, out of the box. How do we address this? So there's an opportunity for people that that can facilitate this Walk to Work program. Our graduates are unemployed and businesses out there. Asiqhubeke baba. In order to achieve this, you need to develop an entrepreneurial profile. Ngeke uyithole uhlele khoneni, guys. You can't do the same thing you were doing yesterday and expect different results. It was interesting how Amanda spoke about confidence, social orientation. You guys are known as gray suits. Ne? I actually almost wore a gray suit because I thought I'm going to accountants. And they wear gray suits and they are very introverted. And it's about you need to develop the skills that you do not have. You need to develop social orientation. Khuluma nabantu. Thank you. Is that for presenting or for questions even? Okay, just checking. I'm almost done. But it's right there, guys. I'm just going to go through it quickly. You need to have a drive, need for achievement. Right? You can't be an entrepreneur if you don't have goals. If you are satisfied with just Ugiotenga, month end, the trek to the malls, and then half the month through you are done, then you won't be an entrepreneur. If you're content and satisfied, you won't be an entrepreneur. Need for autonomy. It's nice to be independent, to do your own thing. And that's one of the benefits of entrepreneurship. Need for autonomy, need for power, need for social orientation, self-belief, endurance, risk-taking, market awareness, scan the market. Some of the most lucrative businesses are based on simple ideas. Facebook. When Zuckerberg is asked how he started Facebook, he says he wanted to just connect the community as a Harvard, ne? And then it just grew to the monstrosity that it is, with obviously amazing financial benefits. He just scanned the environment. Are we together? And identified an opportunity. So you need to be aware of what's going on out there. Creativity, flexibility, planning, financial management, and leadership. And with that, my aim, more than anything, is to conscientize you to entrepreneurship as something that we all can do if we position ourselves to do it. Last slide. Elvin Toffler said this 50 years ago. He said, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So there are people that were very successful by going a certain path. But today, that path will not lead you to the success that you want. You need to adapt. Are we together? Change is the only constant in life. One's ability to adapt to those changes will determine your success in life. Thank you very much.